What's going on, guys? Joey 400 back with another Vnotes. Today I'm going to be taking the Evo 2 horsepower Logic, and we're finally going to fix the oil pan leak issue. I figured out why it's leaking. On the Evo 10, I think the 14 and 15, I think all of them maybe, the AC compressor has this bracket that goes from the AC compressor to the oil pan, and I don't have that bracket on there for some reason. And I noticed that the bolts that it came with were too long. Obviously they're too long because the bracket wasn't there. So I have the bracket right there in my cup holder. Grab this. This bracket actually came with the oil pan, and I thought it was like just a added piece for something else if you had something different or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's probably why it's leaking. But the bolts are tight, which it doesn't make any sense. So we're gonna put the car in the lift, hit the oil pan off with a freaking hammer, because that's the only way to get it off, and then fix that. So, and oh, got RTV. And also I'm going to be getting doing an oil change, and then hopefully if there's time, maybe I can put it on the dyno just to do a wide open throttle tune. So let's head to HP. Hit it with a hammer, Marcus Parks. All right, got it off. I'm gonna take all this RTV off, go inside all these holes, take off all the RTV. I did it in less than an hour.
No, you didn't.
I had to let the car cool down for 40 minutes. Anyway, got my oil, this shit there. Let's go ahead and clear the surface off and reseal it. Alrighty, guys. So, oil pan's off, obviously. Got all the RTV off, making sure everything's good. Now I'm gonna clean out the inside of the holes for where the bolts go. And then we'll be able to put the RTV back onto the oil pan and put this back up. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This RTV, that's blocking the bolts from, well, it's basically having the bolt bottom out. Wow. Wow. And then yeah, so I gotta clean these out, spray a brake clean, and then pressurized air, come right out. And then, this is up against the wall, it doesn't really matter. Everything else is pretty clean, spray or brake clean. This one's all done. So, let's get it. All right, oil pan's on, went on nice and pretty good. I had to use different bolts here. I didn't put the bracket on because I need a longer bolt for this one right here. For it to reach. So I can put that on later. Everything else went on pretty tight. I had to add some washers here. Kind of ghetto, but whatever. And change the bolt here. And we're good. Everything's on tight. Just got to put the oil in. I'm using Rotella, the regular one, 15W40 with some zinc additive. And yeah, we'll be good to go. So go ahead and lower it down and put some oil in it. All right, so now I'm driving home. I didn't see no leaks, but I let the car run for like 30 minutes. Didn't see no leaks. But the final test is gonna be when I go home and let the car sit. If it seeps out, then it's coming from a different area. Hopefully it's not the crankcase cover, I'll be pissed. So, see you guys in the morning. So, just came home, let the car sit for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and this is what I found. See that? It's coming from that one bolt. So, at least it's only coming from one bolt. So now, I just have to somehow seal that one bolt, and then we'll be good. Damn!
I got the broke head out.
That's it. So oil pan's still leaking, no big deal.
Okay.
I'm out here with Pico and Austin in his R33 and Pico in his 2002 fucking 3BZ. 2005 3BZ. And
I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, don't worry, you won't see Pico's vlog until 2027. We're gonna go to a car meet. It's probably already over by now. Yeah, we're just waiting on Marcus to change his boxers, and then we're gonna head out. So let's see if there's any talent at that car show. Woo! New day. Car show yesterday was not bad. There's a lot of, well, there were some good cars there, but it was mostly the Honda guys doing their little two-step and showing off. And then, you know, you had the typical guys that put their speakers on top of a car and blast fucking music and you can't hear shit. So I videoed some of it, as you guys just saw. I wasn't gonna video the whole thing. Those are like the worst thing for vlogs or car shows. But anyway, I parked my car last night and I sprayed it brake clean under the oil pan because I saw some oil dripping and I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. So I sprayed it with brake clean, so I let it sit. So if there's oil there now with the car off, that means it's the oil pan because it's not pressurized. If there is no oil, that means it's something else besides the oil pan. It could be the turbo feed, could be the return line, could be my crankcase. Really hope it's not the crankcase. Could be something stupid dripping from the top. So let's take a look and see if it's leaking. Good old wheel well. Okay. And I can't really see. Let me see if I can bring this in there. So it's not leaking, which means it's something above the oil pan. Great. So I spent an hour of my time pulling the oil pan off, hitting it with a hammer. If you guys haven't seen me hitting it with a hammer, check out Ricer Miata's freaking YouTube. Wow. Okay. So I really hope it's not the crankcase because the crankcase is really hard because you got to take off the engine mount, you got to jack up the motor, take off basically half the side of the motor, all the pulleys, and then basically it's easier just to pull the motor and put it back in. I'm not doing that. Not a chance. If it's gonna leak, it's gonna fucking leak. It's not leaking a lot. It's like one drip every time I drive it. So, whatever. So, update on the relays from MAP, the upgraded relays. I found no difference in the way the car runs. So, that's a good thing because if I saw a difference, that means my other relays were going bad, which can destroy my motor. Yeah. So if you guys like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully the next video is going to be me on the dyno with the built turbo I sent out to Mike Turbo. And it's the one I made 520 on. So I should be making like maybe 570 now with the stroker. Then we'll put that in. And then I'm gonna sell that turbo, the built one, and the manifold, the full race manifold kit as a whole, and then use that money to buy the secret turbo I haven't told you guys about. So, see you guys in the next one. Peace out.